usual here. We're just sitting in the Iris grub on the ground at Manchester in the UK. So we're on the GA apron. I've just fired the engine up because it's a little bit of a pain to have to start this aircraft in cold and dark. So we're going to just going to set that up properly. Yeah, everything works now. Yeah, so we're just going to do a quick taxi out. I say quick, to the other end of the airport, and this is a stream, so you can't skip it. And I can't edit it, so it looks better. So yeah, again, apologies for the lack of streaming, folks, but my internet connection is worse than bad. I've got about because I've got my sister staying, and she's taking up more bandwidth than is actually conceivable. Yeah, we're having an interesting time at the minute. So we'll just go to the external view and enjoy the grub for all it is. It's a very, very small aircraft, as you can see. We don't want to enter the runway here. Even though actually, yeah, we do. Because if we enter here, we'll use about half the runway, not even that, with our takeoff roll. Go first lump of flap. Well, as you can see, we're flying the display grub. I was going to do this on VATSIM. I've even got the flight plan filed. But Manchester Tower went offline just as I started the stream, so I was about to start the stream, so I'm not going to be doing it on VATSIM today. Again, you can hear my sister in the background there, just shouting for Dad. Whoa, there we go. So full power. Right, I'm going to just grab the throttle and feather that back a bit. That should be about 2,500 revs at full power. I know I'm grabbing down the side of the runway, not the middle. Alright, I'm rotating late as well because I've decided I wanted to grab the throttle. Pitching for 80 knots, so we're climbing roughly the right speed. That's about 200 feet there. Want to get to 600, I'll go flapless. Flaps up, nosing over. So fly this is a closed pattern circuit. When I pitched to climb at 90 knots indicated. So we'll do the circuit at 1,000 feet straight. I know you meant to do it at 1,000 above field elevation, and field elevation at Manchester. I can't actually bother to get it stuck in the manual. Whoa! Whoa. Right, trim. Right, so... and we'll just do a right turn. Apologies again, folks, for the lack of good flying today. I looked down there, and the rest is history. Well, so we'll do this as one circuit, then we'll head up and we'll climb up and do a perhaps some aerobatics. And then if I'm feeling gutsy, I'll take a A320 up into the circuit. Just pull some power off. Trimming the aircraft for straight and level there, and pulling the mixture into that click there, which is that 30% mixture, which just we'll set for medium cruise power. There we go. I've got to say that this is one of my favourite aircraft by Iris. I think one of the main reasons for that is that I've flown it in the real world. So yeah, that looks. I've just got a VFR chart in front of me of the area where we're flying currently. That looks like the M56. VFR chart perks. So you can see we've got a little bit of a tailwind now, 5 knots just blowing us. So if I just set the course bug to 234, which will just give us an idea of the direction the wind's coming from. So that's the direction the wind's actually coming from presently. What's the I can't get the frequency for the ILS without having to again go eyes in for quite a significant amount of time. What we'll do is we'll just cut power now and we'll just glide down. Turning in very, very late. We're just going to go fully idle. First lump of flap. Getting low now, just to give us the ability to bleed the airspeed off, because I'm fully idle right now. 3. Full landing flap. Again, just a bit of power now. Yeah. As I say, folks, normally I do fly better than this. But not today, apparently. I love Soft Cleanse. I'm just going to add that one. Take off flap, set, 70, 80, rotate. There we go. Yeah, Manchester does seem quite deserted today. I'll just fly a left turn and head away from the aerodrome. This is at this time of day, I believe that runway there, which is 24 left, I believe, and the reciprocal of that, which I can't be bothered to calculate, 05 right, is the departure runway, so we wouldn't have really been incurring on anybody on the approach. Flapless. We go. Right. The amount of work you do with the trim on this aircraft is just... Yeah, so what we'll do is we'll just get up to about 2,500 feet, and we'll do some arrows. So we'll start with the barrel roll. We'll just check if we've got correct QNH set. We do. Yeah, I'm not. Strictly speaking, I should have the QFE on the left-hand altimeter, but I'm not going to do that. Alright, I'm going to rotate the nose up now. I know this is 1,500 feet, and I'm just going to try and do a wee. That was me attempting to put the aircraft in a spin. But what I can do though is I can just abuse the aircraft ever so slightly and get as much power out of this as I possibly can by getting as absolute maximum manifold pressure, which gives us a 2-minute climb to height time. I haven't got the laptop powered up, so if you are telling me things in chat, I can't see them. So apologies, folks. But yeah, actually what I'll do is I'll enable the audio from the sim, because apparently it's quite a nice audio package. Yep, sounds just like the Tutor. I've got to say though, the audio is very, very good. 2,005. I will go up to 3,000 and then I'll rotate up into a stall and put us in a spin. There we go, that's about the right RPM setting. Now we'll do the same with the mixture. Okay, so that's 3,000. Coming up now, 2,800. Okay, that's 3,000. Power comes off, rotate the nose up and spin. Come on, spin. And centralise the controls. Power comes on, level off. So we only lost about 1,000 feet of altitude there. Putting a maximum of 4G during that manoeuvre. It also utilises the sound pack. Also utilises sound cones. So if I put my head like that, it's obviously going to get louder. I just muted it again because I need to be able to hear people talking around me. 3,200. 3,300. Power off and just actually power on and barrel roll. And recover. You know, the aircraft also runs incredibly smoothly. I mean, I could crank this up to 4K texture resolution, but that wouldn't make much of a difference to the stream. It would just, yeah, it would actually probably make the stream worse. So what we can do now, I suppose, is just go and fly a visual recovery into Manchester. Once we land, I'll probably stick you guys in the hold, and I've just got my hands on LKHV, which is the latest ORBX scenery, which will probably not work half as well as it should because of the program we're using today, which is FSX Steam Edition, not prepared, or FSX boxed. But I've got ORBX England working in it, so I don't see a reason. I know the only thing that doesn't work with the ORBX airfields is the object and people flows, which I've got disabled for performance anyway. So, but yeah. Gotta say, I love the. But with FSX Steam Edition, I don't know what they've done to it, but I can crank the ground texture resolution and the aircraft resolution up quite high without losing performance. So, I mean, this is running at a constant FPS, which is, I know it's locked quite low actually, but because it's locked so low, it doesn't jitter at all, no matter what's going on. So for you guys watching the stream, it looks like a high-ish FPS, but not particularly high. I didn't notice the display tutor had the teeth on it. Flight Lieutenant Andy Priest. No, it was two guys did the display flying. Oh, right. I thought those two guys did it. Because it's RF College Cranwell, the instructors, do the display flying on the tutor. We've got 0 winds right now, so what we can do is we can just dive into this end of the runway at Manchester. We're not landing on the far one, we're landing on the near one, by the way. For constant radius, not a constant radius, but a line up. I've just got the aircraft lined up on the lead-in light for the runway. I'm just going to side slip us now to bleed some speed off. First lump of flop can come out because we're at 80. Second lump because we're at 60, straightening out. Power comes on a little bit. And then once we get over the threshold, I'll just dive it down, or nearer the threshold. Actually, I'll just dive it down. Yeah. So folks, that's the first part of the stream over. Well, nearly over. We still need to get to the parking spot, which I can actually see from here, through my well-trained eyes. So yeah, so what we're doing is just we're going to fly the landing. We're getting a little bit low on the approach, but that's no big deal. What we're doing is we'll just hold the nose off, flaring out, already kicking off some water off the runway. That was landing with a 5-knot crosswind, even. And we landed with all the centerline pride that we needed. What they also tend to do in the real world is open the canopy during the taxi, but it's raining. But we can open it just to get some fresh air in. Whoa! Chicane. You can see we didn't actually stamp on the brakes much there, but we didn't use much runway to land. I've also, at the minute, I'm trying X-Plane 10 out on my PC. So I think I'm going to wave goodbye to Prepared, which I've already done because I deleted it, because I needed the storage space. But I've now got X-Plane 10 and I'm doing my best to get that to the stage where I can make videos with it. I can't make videos with it yet though because I haven't got the visuals good enough for what I'd like to be able to show you guys. Okay, so we'll go back to the internals here. We'll go at the view that I would normally have when I was flying in this aircraft, because I'm an ex-air cadet. So yeah, you can see that obviously this side would be set to the QFE for this aerodrome, which is that way. So the QFE for the aerodrome, alright, they're both synchronised. That's a shame. But yeah, so you might have the left left altitude indicator set to QFE, the right one set to QNH. Then you can do stuff with radio gauges as well, fully functioning. Overall, as I say, parking tight, and that's how we're going. What we'll do now is we'll just close the canopy because we're going to do a power check. So, two things I'm going to do once I park actually. We'll get ourselves in here and then we'll do a right turn, like this. Off the power now, there we go, parking brake set. I think it's shift. There we go. That's probably my eye position in the Tutor, roughly. Okay, so what we can do now is we can just set full power on the engine. Okay, we can't, because the aircraft is going to roll ahead. Because it can. Yeah, it's because of the wet runway. So we'll not do the power check, but we can just pull throttles to fully feathered. We'll just let the blasting problems out the engines. Mags off. There we go. You can also see that this model has the animated prop feather, which I really like. Even from inside you can see how much feathered / unfeathered your propeller actually is. That can go to lean, that can go to feathered to stop it windmilling in the wind. Flaps are up. That's all off, off, off. Generator off, that off. Okay folks, so that's us currently done at Manchester. So what I'll do is I'll stick you in the hold and we'll move over to Horovice. So yeah folks, as I say, this is the new ORBX scenery. It's an FTX global airport, so it should work. It's actually the first time I've been to it, so yeah, I've got the webcam switched off because my bedroom is a tip, and I don't want to show you guys the mess I've got in my room. But I've got to say, normally I drop about 25% of the frames during the upload, and today I'm dropping 0, and I'm running at this constant rate locked. So I might upgrade the graphic. I like the level of graphics I'm sending to you guys. Yeah, we're still loading in the scenery because it's ORBX just kills the load speed apparently. I've got to say, I agree with it. But it's not how long it takes; it's what the final product is what we care about. I'll also probably end up doing a stream tonight with the A320, just to show you guys the FSFX package for it, because it looks absolutely amazing. I'll see if I can jump into my Twitch whilst this is working. Yeah, it's not causing much damage. We'll jump into the Twitch stream and I'll see what I can do about replying to some of your guys' messages. So, anyway, thanks to the two guys that are watching currently. As I say, I'm just going to jump. We're currently in the hold, so I'm just going to jump into my. And I'm just going to jump into the area, and I'm going to try and reply to any questions we've got in the chat. Again, folks, But yeah, I've got to say though, for what my PC is, it's a very much an old PC. Because it's one of the first i5s. It's a dual core i5 processor on this PC. So that's why the performance isn't the greatest. But with FSX Steam Edition, I've got to say, I'm a convert because I think it is much better. But yeah, so I think I'll probably do some. And that photograph of me with the in an NCadet uniform, that needs to go. It's the only one decent one of me that I've actually got. So yeah, whilst I'm at it, give us a like on Facebook, www.facebook.com/SilverbirdActual, all one word, all lowercase. We're in desperate need of likes. We've only got 5. The more, and as I say, guys, and if you can like, subscribe, or follow, helps support the stream. And my YouTube, which is getting a lot more attention at the minute than the stream is. Sorry, guys. The clicking you can hear is the fact that I'm muting my mic to speak to people who are physically in the room with me, and trying to create big distractions. So again, I'm going to mute the mic until FSX is fully loaded up. I just realised I hadn't unmuted the mic. So yeah, I've got to say, first impressions aren't the greatest for isn't the greatest piece of ORBX scenery I've ever flown from. but we'll let ourselves be convinced once we get airborne. Because if you look at the buildings, I would hesitate to say that I could probably do a slightly better job myself. Like I said, it's a little bit of a, so far it's a bit of a letdown to me. But we'll do some we'll do some buzzing of the tower, so, and the aerodrome itself. Because I just literally came in, slewed in. Apparently it's an ex-Air Force base, this, so that's why the runway is reasonably long. A little bit of wind as well. Going to be taking off with the tailwind, yay! But if you look at stuff over there, it's all default drag and drop stuff. Not even ORBX libs. Some of it's custom coded, I'd give it that, but not all of it. And it's just, it lacks, for me personally, the usual ORBX feel. So you know, after we'll do a circuit here, because as I say, I'm not particularly impressed. And then I'll show you ORBX Cardiff just as a comparison. I think the main issue with the ORBX scenery at present is that you know, it's not one development team, so the level of quality varies massively. Right, 20, 30, 50, 60, rotate. Tail brakes. Alright, it's very much a shortened runway then for landing. But you can see that, I mean, alright, that looks quite nice over there. We'll go and have a look over at the main, the town of Horovice. I think it's actually done by a guy who lives around here. That Transcam building has obviously built itself. Well, built for its own, you know. You know what I meant. This looks like photoreal. Definitely a train line. So yeah, folks, let me know what you think. This, I'd like to believe that all of these are custom made, because that church, I've never seen that anywhere before on FSX. So, but we'll just do a, we'll track outbound, then we'll go back inbound and land. So this is just very much a first impressions clip of the area around the Horovice aerodrome. I'm not sure if it's Horovice or Horovice, because there's obviously the difference between and utter in Czech is just an accent above the r, and obviously it's, I didn't actually check it myself before I came and did the stream. So we'll make a landing. First lump of flap, descending at now 80 knots now. Yeah, but it does have quite a nice blend between ORBX Global and the aerodrome itself. Or 70 knots, full landing flap, I should say. Coming in over the aerodrome, it does. I've got to say the texture ordering of the runway is nice, if anything. And we'll land on the numbers. Restart. So yeah, folks, I'm going to just cut the stream here. And so, as I say, folks, thanks for watching, and we'll see you all in the next chapter. Bye bye.